Morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever time it is there. So I wanted to come on here and discuss, I guess, more for women, young women, ladies, trying to pursue a career in a world dominated by men. I know I've kind of touched on this in previous videos from like a year or two ago, but I thought I'd make another video because I ran into some young ladies recently, and questions were asked about, what I do, who I am, how I got into working so many different, I hate that this lighting keeps changing, how I got involved in working for so many entities. I started off in the museum world, and I worked at the Museum of Nature and Science in Fair Park, Texas. If you've ever been to the Texas State Fair, it's in that area, around the lagoon. And I started there. I started in the lobby at 17 years old. I started educating on turtles and tortoises and stuff, part of a local group that I helped run, and met a lot of really awesome, people in the community, also volunteering, and just, I'm a curious person, so that's why I'm Curious Turtle, right? And I just ask lots of questions. Everybody's on equal playing for me. Even when I was 17, I didn't look at directors of museums and presidents of organizations as better than me or smarter than me or anything like that. I just looked at them as people that I wanted to know what they had to teach me, and having that curious mind and just wanting to learn more and more and more. And that opens so many doors for me. Just being respectful to those people that are opening the doors to let you learn and see things, and just being inquisitive. If you got a question, ask it. Believe it or not, a lot of them want you to ask those questions because it means that you're genuinely interested, and they love it, and I love it. I love when people come up to me when I'm working events and stuff, and people come up to me and ask me questions, and I think the best questions are the ones that stump me, because I love being challenged. It is so much fun. I am a very competitive person, and extremely competitive with myself mostly. Like people, yes, I can be competitive with people. Usually that's more for fun, but I am more 100% competitive with myself. And when I don't know something, it's one of those things like, how did I not already know that? And I wonder, I know a lot of my friends would agree that like it's very easy to, throw a question to me, a random question that might stump me, and then I get obsessive about trying to figure out what the heck, like now I gotta know why or how or where that thing is, and it's so much fun. But anyways, back to the subject at hand. Yeah, so I went from the Natural History Museum in Fair Park to the Science Place. The Science Place opened up next door to the Museum of Nature and Science. They were both open at the same time, and a lot of us went back and forth, and I did Discovery Days, Water Days, because we had our turtles and tortoises. So I worked in the lobby there, and then unfortunately Museum of Nature and Science closed, and then unfortunately soon after that also the Science Place closed, and then the Pro Museum opened in downtown Dallas. And so I opened Earth Day in 2012, educating in the lobby again with turtles and tortoises, and that was so awesome. It's at the same time, parallel to that, I started working in 2008 at the Dallas Zoo. I came in as another volunteer, and I said it was back before the Dallas Zoo is what you see it now. It was back when it was city funded, and it was considered the ghetto zoo, like the one that wasn't very nice, that everybody's like, go to the Fort Worth Zoo because Dallas Zoo is just crap. And we got trained to deal with, to answer questions to the general public about protesters, because we had PETA protesters in the front of our zoo for Jenny the elephant, and that was what transitioned the zoo into what it is now. It got privatized. The Dallas Zoological Society bought in 49% of the zoo, allowing the city charter to be fulfilled with 51% ownership. And that's how we were able to get the extra funding to become the zoo that we are. And now Jenny is still at the Dallas Zoo, and she's on 11 acres. And I heard, rumor is, that they're expanding that. So that's really excellent. But yeah, so 2008, start working. They're asking me, what department do you work in, or do you want to work in? What department do you think that you would really enjoy working in? And I said, wherever you need the most help. Honestly, like this was a dream come true for me as a kid. I always wanted to work at a zoo or work in the animal field in general. And I said, okay, well, I think we have the right place for you. So they sent me to the hooved department, with zebras and all that fun stuff. And I quickly learned why nobody wanted to volunteer there. They had like where you would hose off in the back to clean out the pens into like these little drainage things. God, come on, lighting. That didn't drain well, and so there was stagnant water just sitting there, and mosquitoes were just breeding like crazy. So like you would, you sanitize your feet with your shoe dealies on, and you would just immediately take off and just spray like half a can on your legs, because otherwise you'd have mosquitoes literally covering your legs, and it was so hard to even think to talk. Like I'm trying to talk to one of the other keepers, and I'm like struggling finding the words because there's just like all these mosquitoes like attacking my legs. But yeah, I went from there, and I just hopped different departments. You need help in education, I'm there. You need help, cleaning leaves and sowing seeds for the tiger enclosure. I got it. I got you. And back then, it was mostly retirees that were volunteers at the Dallas Zoo and museums and stuff. That was generally what you would see. Nowadays, you see a lot of younger people involved in the volunteering stuff, which I just had a conversation with a lady who also coincided me in a lot of these museums and stuff, and now works at the Pro Museum. She was freaking awesome. But we were having this conversation about how a lot of volunteers and a lot of younger people involved in education, specifically with animals and stuff, there's a lost art to engaging with children. And you see it now where they come in and they just kind of clean the area, they kind of straighten and put books back and answer people's questions and stuff. But when we did education with kids, we got really involved with the kids. We see a kid playing with something, and we come up with some more blocks and be like, what would happen if you stacked them like this? And like you would engage with kids more than what we do now. And I don't know if that's from COVID or generationally, like what happened there, but it makes me very, very sad that there's not that level of engagement. Kids need to be taught that way. Like the kids are taught best through actually doing this. So that when you bring them to a museum, you bring them to a zoo, you want them to get some level of interaction, hands-on learning. I think most kids learn that way. And but anyways, so yeah, from working pretty much every department at this point, at every museum, museums and aquariums, because I even worked at the children's aquarium in Fair Park for like 11 years. So again, bouncing from one to the other. Oh, we need help there. Nobody wants to go there because it's in Fair Park. We desperately need some volunteers, and I'm like, I got you. I'm right there. And And then before I knew it, you know, I got front row in the first saltwater aquarium. As you're walking into the, you know, into the building, you'd see me standing in there with, you know, sharks and giant horseshoe crabs, and I'm holding one up, you know, educating about, you know, them being related to spiders and scorpions and the blue blood, and then there's like a touch tank in front, and you just monitor the kids and make sure that they're sorry, this lighting, make sure that the kids aren't, you know, inappropriately messing with the you know, the sea creatures and stuff, but you want them to learn. But yeah, just to developing, you know, educational and outreach, you know, activities to like, and sometimes it's better just to do than ask, because a lot of the things that I've gotten to do, I just started doing them, or, you know, you just put yourself out there. You're just like, hey, you know, I'll do that, or hey, you know, I just saw that this was missing. Do you mind if I fix that real quick? And they won't even be thinking about it. They'll be thinking about a million other things. And if you can take that off their plate, they're gonna love you. So yeah, just, you know, be inquisitive, ask the questions. I guess this isn't a video just for girls. I think I started that way. You know, I was gonna do this as a video for my ladies in a male-dominated world, and then I totally got sidetracked, and this is just a general video, I guess, to anybody interested in pursuing, you know, knowledge like I am, or wanting to get into a career in museums or zoos or aquariums and stuff. And they like to hire internally, so volunteering for those facilities or those institutions, they hire within. I think Dallas Zoo is now almost exclusively hiring within. At least that's what this sounds like they're progressing into. They're creating a platform for college students to make this a lifelong career and working within, and which I think is super excellent. I think that that's a great idea, because you get the kind of quality keeper and administrators and stuff like that that you're looking to have for your institution and your company. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that would be important, or since I don't edit, you know, it's just free thought. But I guess I can make another vlog if I come up with some more ideas for that. But yeah, just ask all the questions, offer help where you can. I know a lot of us are, you know, a lot of y'all can be quite timid, and it's intimidating to go and like ask all the questions and do that. But you're gonna have to be brave. If you want a position and you want to create change and you want to do something different, you're gonna have to not be so scared, and you're gonna have to put yourself out there more. It's tough. Like I'm thankfully, you know, I've pushed past that. My thirst for knowledge, you know, exceeded my shyness and scaredness. I need to know, and I need to explore. So like I'm gonna do it regardless, even if I'm scared. Commit to the thing and do the thing. That's my best advice. You know, commit to it and do it. And yeah, I guess have a super awesome, blessed day. If you guys have any questions or comments, if you have any other questions about, you know, oh, I'm interested in working at this museum, even if it's not, you know, necessarily science, or it's maybe it's history, or you know, like a firefighter museum or something like that, just, you know, comment below, and I'll make another video. You know, if you have any questions about me and you want me to do a Q&A, I'm happy to do that as well. I know that currently, you know, depending on who you talk to, there's all sorts of rumors about people on social media and, you know, on YouTube and stuff. And I know that there's some floating around about me, and be happy. I'm a pretty open book. I mean, most people that know me and know me well enough know that I have nothing to hide, and you know, I just try to be the best person and do the right things. And, You know, yeah, I can be kind of emotional sometimes, especially it's something I'm very passionate about or that hurts me. You know, and some people will take that for what it is, and some people will get triggered by it. I don't know. Just kind of like some guys don't like seeing girls cry. Anyways, okay. Well, I've got lots to do. Today I've got a workshop to go to in a few hours, and I got to prepare for that. So you guys have an awesome day. Again, any questions, comments, you want me to do a Q&A, comment below. I'll take care of it. Again, open book. You guys have questions about me, and you want me to get it cleared up, I'm here. All right. Bye, guys. See you later.